All right, happy Wednesday night, everybody. We are live from the Bull of the Woods in Red River, New Mexico. That's right. We'll give you guys a little bit of time to get in for the Wednesday night broadcast. This is the first of the year in 2024. Glad you guys are along for the ride. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, a lot of Texas Tech stuff to look at. Basketball starting Big 12 play. The Lady Raiders are in action as we speak. Not doing so hot right now against the Lady Longhorns. We'll look back over some of our favorite memories over the years for the Lady Raiders against the Longhorns in my 2+ decades of calling Lady Raider basketball. Give you some of those games and see what you got on your mind. Yeah, we are coming to you live from Bull of the Woods tonight in Red River, New Mexico. Can't wait for you guys to be a part of the program. Get your thoughts in, get your comments in. You can use the United Supermarkets text line. It's there on the screen for you if you're watching on YouTube and on Twitter X. So use that number. You can text in on that. And then for our Facebook friends, we'll let you guys get in, and you know what to do. If you're watching on Facebook, you can share it. You can have people in. So here's to you a simultaneous sip before we get going here tonight. That is a Kolsch beer at Bull of the Woods, the legendary Bull, and it is pretty darn good. All right, let's do this, shall we? In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, the Raiderland.com. Start your day there. We got a new feature today here on Wednesday. That's right, we announced the retirement of Bandwagon Wednesday. You can still tell us the bandwagons you're on, the bandwagons you're off. But we have a new feature today, Overrated, Underrated, Rated Just Right Wednesday. We'll give you a couple of topics. You can sound off on whether they're overrated, underrated, or rated just right. So today, outdoor dining, one of them, in ski towns when it's 25 degrees. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The outdoor dining in ski towns. It's, supposed to be all cool and everything. 25 degrees. Heaters, overrated, underrated, rated just right. Kansas City's offense right now with Patrick Mahomes. They are getting assailed in many different areas right now. The Taylor Swift impact, effect on Travis Kelce, instantly aging him to 45 years old. Where are the Chiefs at now? Are they overrated? Are they underrated? Are they rated just right? And then finally, Kevin Costner. Overrated, underrated, rated just right. All of a sudden, Kevin Costner, he's just like a little too there. Maybe it's me. You guys tell me. Get on the United Supermarkets text line. It's there on your screen on Twitter and on YouTube Live. Facebook, hey there, Mark. Glad you're with us. Timbo's with us. Michael jumping in. Sounds busy in here? Yeah, it's busy in here. There's always stuff going on in Red River. We're brought to you by Lifts West Hotel and Condominium, just down the street from where we are here at Bull of the Woods. Ski in, ski out. My son and his friend are having a great time today skiing. And that's the cool thing. You can come back to the room there at Lifts West and get back on the mountain. You're not burning a lot of time. You're not wasting a lot of time. We've got snow coming in. Big snow on the way. Big snow. We'll talk about big snow before we get out here tonight. Big, huge snow. Biggest snow, hugest snow we've ever seen. Fantastic snow. You got to see the snow. The biggest, hugely snow ever. Yeah, there's always stuff going on here at Bull of the Woods, legendary Bull. A lot of things have come and gone in Red River over the years. The Bull is constant, going all the way back to the days of the Blue Spruce, Gary and Kate's, or was it Kate and Gary's? Gary and Kate? Kate Gary. Can't remember now. A couple of different names, but for the last 30 years, it has been the Bull, and we're happy to be broadcasting from here. We're also brought to you in part by the Shropshire Agency in Lubbock, Texas, USA. Independent, just like you. Check out what they can do for your business, your family in 2024. And by Domino's Pizza, you're sick of all the leftovers from the holidays. You're sick of holiday food. You want some great pizza. Domino's.com. Get the app. Download it on your phone. Fantastic. All right, so let's get it in tonight. Lady Raiders, I mentioned we'll tell some stories if you want me to tonight. 25-13 Texas, 7-18. They're in the second period, in Lubbock. This is the last time they'll play in Lubbock as members of the same conference. I was privileged to call 20-plus seasons of Lady Raider basketball, many of the seminal games in that series. I'll give you some of my favorite stories, give you some of your favorite games of the years. David says, Kevin Costner better than Nicolas Cage. Yeah. Nicolas Cage never made a really good sports movie, but then again, Kevin Costner didn't make Valley Girl. And if you've never seen the movie Valley Girl, I don't know. You might need to find out. So we have that tonight. Overrated, underrated. You can give me your own overrated, underrated categories. That's the cool thing about overrated, underrated, rated, just like Wednesday. You can bring me something and you can tell me overrated, underrated, and then we can discuss it here on the show and on the website, theraiderland.com. Tech Men are opening up in Austin on Saturday night. The Horns right now are, think about it. I'll have to double check on my projections on that. Texas Tech, Hoops HD 57 on the men's side. That'll go up immediately, about 10 points while playing Texas. So you've been around 47. Your last four out on Bracketville right now. You're better off than you have been for many years. Hey there, Ronnie. Hi to CJ. Ayub is watching. And if I mispronounced it, I apologize. But I'm glad you're watching. So what do we got today? Okay, so my all-time favorite Lady Raider memory against Texas. Didn't happen in Lubbock. It didn't happen in Austin. It happened in Dallas at Moody Coliseum on the campus of SMU in the Southwest Conference Tournament Finals of 1991. And there was a progression that went on from 1989 to the national championship in 1993. And it started in 1990 when the Lady Raiders get back at the NCAA tournament. They go to NIU. They get beat in the first round. They put them in a hotel, by the way, that had a train track running right behind it. There, in every 30 minutes all night long the night before the game, trains rolling through, horns blaring. Is it horns? Yeah, train horn? Yeah. It'd be like TCU scoring a touchdown every 30 minutes. They get beat on that one. So that's 1990. You had played in the Southwest Conference Tournament at Reunion Arena in the finals. Texas lost by 3, but that was because Karen Farce got a layup with no time left to cut it down for 5. You were close, but you really weren't there. And you still hadn't beaten Texas. That's 1990. In 91, the tournament semifinals, you get Texas at SMU. This is pre-Cheryl Swoops. This is pre-Swoops. This is McMillan. This is Jennifer Buck, Stephanie Scott, Trissa, Kirkland, Gerlich. I feel like I got to throw the Gerlich name in there. You know, Tammy Walker. That this is pre-Swoops. And a lot of people think that Lady Raider basketball began with Swoops. It did not. It was beginning, well, it actually began before. But anyways, it was on the rise. And they get the win. It was huge. That was the breakthrough moment. Arkansas had beaten Texas the year before, stopped their Southwest Conference winning streak. The Lady Raiders get the win in 91 in Dallas. And that was program validation moving forward into 1992 and 92. The Lady Raiders beat Texas again in Lubbock. They lose in Austin. They win the Southwest Conference for the first time in Swoop's junior year. And then we know what happens in 1993. They lose in Lubbock on a disputed block charge call. If you want to get Krista Gerlich fired up, ask her about that. They won't lose again until 1993 December at Wichita State's tournament to Minnesota in overtime. They would win 17 straight games. They'd win the national championship. They would beat Texas in Austin that year. And just set in motion a great rivalry that began. Lady Raider hoops began when the petite high school coach from Lockney was hired. There you go. I would say it began when Janine McHaney, the senior women's athletic director, before departments merged in 1985, held it together, got it going, and made that call. But yeah, you know, the hire of Marcia Sharp was pretty good. With the legendary advice from Janine, don't screw this up, kid. Would you see? Because that's basically what she told me when she more or less gave had the veto power on me doing Lady Raider basketball in the late 80s, early 90s. And it was pretty much the same thing. Don't screw this up, kid. I'll never forget. We are in Washington, University of Washington, in the NCAA tournament in 1992. And the Lady Raiders, they would lose to Stanford, the eventual national champion in the Sweet 16. And she's sitting next to me on press row while I'm doing the broadcast. I'm pretty sure I was alone. Anyways, during one of the timeouts, she's like, "Hey, kid, you doing okay? Breathe." She was one of a kind. My favorite will always be that game, and the reason I got to call that game, that UW game was intense against Stanford. Yeah, the reason I got to call Tech win against Texas in '91 in the tournament was because Jack Dale couldn't. KFYO still had the rights, and they won to any road game or postseason game. Well, the men were playing that night against Kermit Davis and the Aggies down at Reunion in kind of the play-in game in the Southwest Conference Tournament, Loseley Town. So he was obligated to do the men's game. So I was the next man up, and I was the guy who had to do that game. It would be until the next year that I did every single Lady Raider game, home, road, away, and we did it on the same station. There's no more bouncing back and forth. So we had the press conference in Lubbock that week. We used to have a Monday press conference at the Lady Raider game. Former head trainer Natalie Tech Dame says hello. Tell her I said hello. She's wonderful. She's one of my favorite people of all time. Great trainer. Big 12 overrated TCU baseball. Give me more details on that. Yeah, tell Natalie I said hey. She's awesome. So yeah, so we would have the Monday press conference, and after the game was over, after the press conference was over, Jack came up to me and said, "Hey, I know you're going to be doing the game. I can't do Jack's voice. Hey, you're going to be doing the game, and you're going to Dallas. You're a young guy. You need to have a little walking around money." And he peels off a $100 bill out of his wallet, and I'm like, I get used to this broadcasting stuff. I really could. Yeah, you need a little walking around money. God bless Jack Dale. So that one, a couple of years later in 94, 95 maybe, the Lady Raiders destroyed Texas by like 40 in Lubbock. It was no doubter. It was 8,174 in the Coliseum. That was a beautiful game. Micah Atkins and that crew wrapping up, Southwest Conference run. And then about a year later, maybe, a win in Austin, another win in Austin. And I think I'm going to butcher the story just a little bit, but Coach Sharp basically telling them at shoot-around that morning, now when we win, don't celebrate on their floor. Go back to the locker room and celebrate. Go back and celebrate in the locker room. And there was this Melinda White was one of the players, and there was this moment after the game ended. She was at midcourt, and she so desperately wanted to do something, so she just kind of spun around, and then they sprinted, and you went off to the midcourt side to get to the locker room back there at the Irwin Center. And today it would be all over social media and everything else, and former West Virginia coach Bob Huggins would hate it, but the celebration in the locker room was golden. Man, I got to call a lot of great wins. The beating them in the Southwest Conference tournament was big. A couple of years in '92, the next year out of that, there were some painful losses. It was, and Coach Sharp said this today in a speech to the Lady Raiders, I think it was the best rivalry in the '90s. It was to about 2003 when Tech goes to an Elite Eight. Texas, I think, made the Final Four that year. Played them there in the Big 12 tournament finals in Dallas. I think it was better than UConn and Tennessee because it was so interpersonal. TCU baseball is darling the Big 12, according to Darling the Big 12. Can't stand all the crap. Purple Frog. Oh, okay. I'm looking fancy. Look like a character from a Reba song. A song where the mom turns out the daughter and says, "Hey, go be a whore." Okay. Hey, we're at Bull of the Woods in Red River, New Mexico. We're hanging out with you tonight for another 15 minutes. My Lady Raider Texas Longhorns stories over the years. You can give me some of yours. We can talk Tech men's basketball. They're ahead of schedule, in my opinion. on where they are going into Big 12 play. I think this is a team that's got a great chance to make the tournament. The RPI in the next 2 weeks, I think, should shoot up 10 to 20. You're at 57 on Hoops HD. First four out right now in Braggartville. You just don't have a lot of quality wins enough to move you right into that inner circle right now. But a lot of times you've been in the 70s and 80s and 90s the last few years on the RPI. That's not good. So you're actually a lot better positioned to get to the NCAA tournament, I believe, right now than you have been. Hi there, Barbara. My used to be across the street neighbor. Cheers. Kendra is watching. Glad to have Drew along. And then we can talk about big snow before we get out of here. We're in Red River, and they are looking overnight. The snow's going to start around 4 or 5 local time. I don't think the really heavy stuff's going to blow in until mid-morning, so we should be able to get into 18 holes, maybe 36 holes of golf before then. Are you sending snow our way? I don't think it's going to get as far as West Texas. Maybe the highlands of New Mexico back to our east is about as far as it's going to go. But we got a chance for a great snow producer. Doesn't matter because they can always make snow up here. My son and his buddy Braden were on the runs today. Shredding it, man. They were shredding it. It was awesome. Braden skiing backwards. You didn't have to go forward, just ski backwards. It's all good. So going to have some great powder. So if you're still looking to come to Red River, I think the ski season really is just beginning. And you need to call Billy at Lifts West, our man Billy. He'll get you taken care of. Mention you heard it on Raiderland. Mention me, and then after he gets done laughing, then you're going to be taken care of in a top-notch way. I can't tell you again how close it is to the ski run, how easy it was for my son and his buddy to come down off the mountain today, come back, kind of rehab for a little bit, and then get right back out there and take advantage of the snow. The mountain shuts down at 4 local, but it's good skiing all the way to 4. You can get a full day's worth here, as opposed to a lot of slopes around the Rockies where you could be done early in the day. Learned to ski at Red River 62 years ago. Powder Puff Mountain. I'm guessing it was Powder Puff Mountain. No doubt about it. See, the most snow I've ever been around Red River for in a single 24-hour period was 17 inches a few years ago. About 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. So we could be looking at something like that. That would be my personal record, 24 inches of snow, or 17 inches of snow in a 24-hour period. And I hope we break it. This time tomorrow, and we posted on the website. We posted it on Facebook, a couple of before pictures a little bit, and on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. I hope I'm giving you some before and after pictures this time tomorrow where it's just absolutely crazy. The beer of choice tonight is a Kolsch beer here at Bull of the Woods. They've got several great beers on tap. Highly recommend the Bosque that they've got on tap. A lot of different ones. So you're always going to be in luck when you come by Bull of the Woods. Tonight, the only night during the week that the kitchen is closed. Full kitchen every other night of the week. Last night they had to close a little early because there's so many people in town. We ran out of food. Sort of like Evie Mays back home, and stuff like that. We're done. All right. Overrated, underrated, rated just right. I want to mention that again. On Wednesdays, that's going to be new. It's replaced Bandwagon Wednesday. We give you 3 topics on the website, theraiderland.com. You can sign off on those. You can comment on those, or you can on the show tonight, or you can give me your own overrated, underrated, rated just right. The ones I gave you on the site today, the Kansas City offense right now. Is it overrated? Is it underrated? Are we making too much of the struggles right now for Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and crew? The drops, the losses, the actual looking even. And then we talked about outdoor dining. Overrated, underrated, outdoor dining and ski resorts. So yesterday, crazy bid here. And we had to sit outside, not here at Bull of the Woods, another place. And I'm like, you got the heaters up, everything. No, I'm still outside. I've been outside. I want to be inside. It's outside for the outside part. I want to be inside for the eating part. Way overrated. I'm with David on this. Not, and I'm talking specifically ski resorts, winter stuff. Oh, let's eat outside. I saw some people eating outside today at another place. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Where are you from, Nome? Like Eskimos just sitting there. See, I'm on the overrated outer dining ski town type thing. Sorry, just am. And of course, a lot of the people that were doing it and enjoying it seemingly were younger and well fortified with antifreeze. You know, want my food at eating temp for the time it takes to eat. So yeah, true story. My wife got like a green chili chicken soup. Very good, very tasty. So she was almost done. You know, we're getting done. I'm like, I want to have a bite. You know, a little taste. Crap, it was already getting cold, just sitting there. So that's overrated. Kevin Costner, overrated, underrated, rated just right. Where are we on Kevin Costner these days? Great sports movies, great movies over the years, but he's like all of a sudden everywhere. He's doing stuff on Yellowstone. He's Kevin Costnering. I have a feeling he's probably rated just right at this point. Maybe throttle it down just a little bit. But then again, I think some people might think he's overrated. I think one time he was underrated. Costner rated just right. He's kind of bland. Is he? Maybe. I don't know. I got nothing against him. I threw him in the mix because I think he's a really interesting guy right now. He's always been an interesting guy. And people project onto him certain things because of the roles he plays, and we do that with actors and actresses all the time. They see them play a certain role, and you think they're that way in real life or whatever. Like Tom Hanks would be a good example. And, you know, they're really not. They're actors, you know, like Robert De Niro, good example of that. If Robert De Niro doesn't have a script in front of him, he can't string together 4 coherent sentences. Hi there, Glenn. He's a bit like Eddie Murphy. He always plays himself in every movie. That's the worst Eddie Murphy I've ever done. When Buckwheat sings a song, it's eternally his. Looking po nub and all the long paces. God, it's Saturday Night Live being good. For those of you who are on with us right now, what's the most you've ever seen in a 24-hour period? In a single 24-hour period. I'm hoping over the next 24 hours, starting about 6 o'clock tomorrow in the morning, we get to see one. John Wayne, same way, played himself. Yeah, after a point, it was really when he started working with John Ford, that's when John Ford just said, you be John Wayne. Before they actually had, dare I say, some acting chops, and he did show a little bit of range in character, everything else, but you've got to go back, you know, World War II era earlier, 30 inches at Santa Fe. Man, that's a lot there. If you saw that, that's a lot. Most snow I've seen, 16.5, yeah, back in January of 83. I remember it well. Lubbock's blizzard a couple of years ago, count? Yeah, 2015, the Christmas of 2015. That was pretty good. Columbine dive was epic that day. Yeah. I live in Baston. Baston got 24 inches, 12 hours, 2011. You couldn't park the car. Hey, CJ, park the car. Can't park the car. Park the car in the driveway. Can't park the car. Can't see the driveway. They can't park the car. What do you want? We got too much freaking snow. Wicked awesome, the snow here. Yeah. That's pretty crappy Boston accent, too. I'm really brutalizing the accent. It used to be something I could do for a living. Chris, you got here just in time. Haven't checked in on the Lady Raiders. Ooh, just checked in on the Lady Raiders. We're at that 40-23. That's enough of that. We'll immediately go back to something else. Yeah, I was hoping, but I was afraid that it might turn out this way. And I hope this team doesn't take it too hard, that they put a lot of pressure on themselves in a rivalry like this and the historic significance of it. And you know what? Sometimes you just can you do the Ed Murphy laugh in the Boston accent? I can't even get my mind around that right now. I can't even. I'm trying to string together the consonants and vowels on that, Danny. I'd have to write it out. Yeah, no, I can't get there. That's good, though. Couple more minutes. Snow, got it. Red River, Sipapoo for New Mexico laid back time. Red River. Nothing against Sipapoo. Red River, I think, has got just a little bit more options and still be laid back. It's all good. You know, whatever floats your boat, get up here, have fun, do what you want to do. If I left anything out. All right, so we're all getting the overrated, underrated, rated just right deal, right? We all understand that, and that you can bring things to the table for everybody to adjudicate. That everybody can look and say, you know, you want to bring something and say this overrated, underrated, whatever, and then people weigh in on that. We get that, right? I want you guys to understand that. Spread the gospel. One lodge, one gas pump. Yeah, ski and sleep. Which, hey, a lot of people, that's what they dig, man. That's cool. Yeah, Angel Fire, you know, runs are different. It's a different scheme there at Angel Fire, and again, a lot of people like different things. Thank God for that. Thank God for the fact that a lot of people like a lot of different things, and they got a lot of different options on skiing, and that's really what's pretty cool around northern New Mexico is from Red River over to Taos and the different type of runs they have. Angel Fire, the west-facing runs that you know, great in the morning and you know whatever you're going to do, but really linear runs over there. You got a lot of different options, and we were talking about Sipapoo. Hey there, David. Good to see you. Hello, Lady Raider legend Jennifer Buck Stevens checking into the final moments of the broadcast. We've been talking about you. We've talking about some of our favorite Lady Raider Longhorn memories over the years. I like less people. Yeah, I like fewer and fewer people myself these days. And that's what's weird, because I come up here to Red River all the time in the off season when there's like nobody here. And when I'm here and there's people there, I'm like, what are all you people doing here? Oh, yeah, they're trying to make money here. That's kind of how they make a living here. You know, it's good for them. The legendary Jenna Buck. Cheers. Part of the first team to beat the Lady Longhorns in the 1991 Southwest Conference Tournament at Moody Coliseum. And if anybody's wondering who we're talking about. Am I there now? What do you mean, am I there now? You got any late? I am here right now. I'm at Bull of the Woods in Red River, New Mexico. I will be here for the next couple of nights. Of course I'm here right now. Where would I be? You know, just waiting on the snow overnight. Renee Hammett, she had a couple of nice games against the Longhorns during her stretch there. Some good beatdowns. Good three-point shot. Now, near as I can tell, Renee is an organic farmer. Just having fun. Just having fun with that, Renee, if you're watching. No, I'm only halfway kidding. Only halfway kidding. How do I get in? I don't know if you guys can hear the music in the background. They're playing Dream Police, Cheap Trick, which for my money is the greatest Cheap Trick song of all time. Like overrated, underrated, whatever. Underrated rock songs all time, Dream Police. You come out with that after Live at Budokan. They'd already had it in the can in the studio, but Live at Budokan was going so strong, I Want You to Want Me, all that stuff. And, you know, they couldn't release it. So they had to wait almost a year and a half to release Dream Police. Just an unbelievable song. It's Three Bears, yeah, just down the street from where we are. Good people. Hi there, Norma. Yeah, I'll head that way. You gonna be on the corner there, Tessa? That sounded really bad. So yeah, if we were doing overrated, underrated, rated just right, Dream Police, which is playing in the background here at Bull of the Woods, totally underrated in my opinion. Is a great rock song. Yeah, I can see where they might be a little tired after a day on the slopes. All right, you guys are the best. We're going to be back tomorrow. We'll recap everything with you. I want you to get on the website, theraiderland.com. Theraiderland.com. Get on the website tomorrow. We'll have either or Thursday and a couple of things waiting for you there, and anything else you might need. So we say goodbye to the Twitter Live, the X Live people, and the YouTube Live channel stream first. Got to end the stream yet.